Russo's Playbook.
Alright, what's up everybody? We are back with another episode of Russo's Playbook, where you catch it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, read up on our blogs, russosplaybook.com. We got a lot to touch on for this episode, some Week 5 takeaways I have between some teams that are in trouble. Of course, I'm going to touch on our Jets and Giants, and then some teams that seem like the real deal after Week 5. So we'll jump right into this one. So first, I got to start off with the Chiefs and Seahawks. I think they are absolutely in trouble. They got a lot of problems between their divisions being stacked as they are, with the Chiefs having the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers in that division, and the Seahawks having the Rams, Cardinals, and 49ers in that division. I mean, just that alone makes it hard to win. But on top of that, you got probably the worst two defenses in the NFL right now. I mean, the Seahawks and Chiefs are playing terrible on defense. I don't know what needs to be changed. Maybe get some new players in, hit the free agent market. I don't know. But something needs to be checked out for those defenses. They got to wake up at this point. And you got Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs, so obviously there's a chance. And you had Russell Wilson for the Seahawks, so obviously there was a chance. But he's down now with injury. I believe it's 6 to 8 weeks with his middle finger broken. So it looked gruesome, I'll be honest. But he's going to miss some time. You got Geno Smith starting. I don't think they could hold him in place. And the problem is now, you gave your first-round draft pick to the Jets. So how are you really going to build with no first-round draft pick? I believe they do have their second, but they don't have their third because they gave the third to the Jets. I mean, you got a lot to build on for that Seahawks team, especially on defense. And you don't have the draft picks right now, the draft capital to do so. You traded for Jamal Adams. You re-signed Carlos Dunlap after you traded for him last year. You got to figure something out. Get younger, get better. You got to figure something out for those defenses. And then next, for two surprising teams, the Jets and Giants, both are bad. Been bad since 2017, 19-50 since 2017. That's a combined 38-100 record. The Jets and Giants got some problems. I mean, the Jets are building. They have a young team, young core, youngest team in the NFL. New head coach, new OC, new defensive coordinator, new quarterback. There's plenty of excuses you could give the Jets. But my one problem is you come out flat every time in the first half. That's 5 weeks straight, basically, where you came out flat and no energy, no momentum, no nothing for that first half. And then the second half you kick up, but you don't have enough time to come back. And you have Wilson slinging it fourth quarter, trying to get something going. So that's my big thing with the Jets. I mean, I know you're a young team. You got to grow. You got to build. You got to figure this out. It's going to take time. We got to be patient as Jets fans. But I can't keep seeing a slow first half start. It has to change from there. They have a bye week they're going into, so that's something that they need to really look into and figure out. How the hell can we stop coming off slow in the first half? And then for the Giants, I mean, injuries on injuries. I'll say that first. Daniel Jones was playing good before he got injured. And he's been playing good all year, realistically. I mean, he had a turnover in the first game and then hasn't had one since. But then he makes these bad decisions still. So, sometimes he's a little late on sliding. Sometimes he doesn't slide at all. And that's what we saw in the Dallas game yesterday, where it knocked him out. He had no chance, really. I mean, he got up wobbling, couldn't really walk straight. And that's just something that he can't take those hits. He can't take that for a quarterback trying to be the franchise quarterback. I get you need the yards, but you're not that guy. You are not paid to dive and take that unnecessary hit to the head to where now you are out and you got Mike Glennon starting for you. So that's a problem with Jones that he still has, but obviously he's been better with the turnovers, which is something you want to see. The O-line's been trying to build on what they have, but at the same time they're not a good O-line. They weren't built properly, in my opinion. I get they haven't been too bad as compared to last year and the years before that, but they've still been bottom tier of the league, realistically. I mean, they need to step it up with the O-line. They need to keep building on that. And then Barkley. Barkley seemed like he was getting some momentum, coming back with a couple good games. And then he gets hurt, stepping on somebody's foot. It was kind of like a basketball play. You step on somebody's foot and you roll your ankle. And that's really how it was for Barkley on the field. So that's definitely a bummer for the Giants, who's, like I said, seemed like Barkley was getting his momentum back. So that's definitely a bummer. But the Jets and Giants, man, I mean, they're 1-4 each. Like I said, 38 and 100 combined record since 2017. Two worst records in the NFL since 2017. Something needs to change. Two New York teams, and you can't get this figured out. It really is a disgrace, to be honest. But teams that have figured it out, they're the real deal. And I'd have to start with number one, the Cardinals. Kyler Murray is electric. He's been on fire. The defense is playing great. They definitely built something there, and it's only going to get better. Even with that tough division, I mean, they are top tier in that division for sure. They're playing amazing. And then we got the Chargers. Who would have thought changing the head coach, instead of losing these close games, now you're winning the close games. I got to give that all to Brandon Staley. He's been amazing for them. And obviously Justin Herbert. I mean, that guy is awesome. He's fun to watch. He slings the rock. I mean, it's great to see. And big question with the Dolphins now. Was it really good to pass on Herbert for Tua? A lot of people going to question that. But at the same time, a lot of people thought it as well. So it's definitely something to look out for. You got the Cowboys who have been on fire, electric. They've won the last 4 after losing to the Bucks. Who you can make an argument they probably could have won that one, should have won that one. But the Cowboys are on fire. They're playing great. I mean, you got Dak Prescott, the defense playing stellar. Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. Dan Quinn, the defense coordinator. But it's still fire Mike McCarthy, that's for sure. Then you got the Bills. The Bills beat the Chiefs. It was pretty impressive last night. They really dominated them all 4 quarters. The Chiefs, like I said, that defense cannot hold up. And that's definitely bad for them. But the Bills seem like one of the AFC teams at the top, maybe with the Chargers as well. And then we got the Rams. Still growing, still learning, still being patient with them. But they're a good team, obviously, with a good quarterback. And they're already built with the foundation. So I think they'll be good. I think they have been good all year. We'll see, and I think we'll keep seeing that all year, them being good. And then we'll move on to some college football. We got Alabama goes down to Texas A&M, 41-38. So that was a huge game. I mean, nobody really saw Alabama losing, but it seems like they always have one of these losses every few years. So it's good to see. Mix things up. Georgia moves into number 1 now. You got Oklahoma hangs on versus Texas, 55-48. You got Iowa beats Penn State. Iowa number 3, I believe. Penn State number 7. Iowa beats them, though, 23-20. Kentucky beats LSU, and they are on fire right now. Shout out Kentucky. And then Ole Miss beats Arkansas, 52-51. And that made my college football picks go 4 for 5. That was pretty upsetting to see. But other than that, I've been on fire with all the other picks, man. You got to check it out. You can tune in on Thursdays. We do a fan betting. You pick one leg of a same-game parlay, tweet it out to us, and we put it in a parlay, pay for you. If it wins, we pay you out. So you got to check that out every Thursdays. Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings. You got to check out my bets I'm dropping. Like I said, I'm on fire right now, 2K in 2 weeks. So you got to check it out for sure. Stay tuned for all that. You catch it on at Russo's Playbook on Twitter, Instagram. You can find this episode on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can read up on our blogs, catch up on Russo'sPlaybook.com. Catch you guys again next week.